Your 7-minute pitch begins right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Nick. I'm the founder and CEO of a company we call Turn Group, and today I'm going to introduce our new product, which is a financial co-pilot. So basically the problem we're trying to solve is it's really hard to organise your finances. I'm someone who's been in the finance industry for 28 years, and even for me, coming to Japan, understanding what a NISA account is, IDECO, what tax advantages are in different things, a will, insurance, is very hard. So I realized I have this problem, and a lot of people around me have the similar problem, and now with the advent of AI, there can be a better solution to what there's been in the past. So basically, a lot of the problem we find is that people know what to do, but they get stuck in different parts of the process. So they try to open a securities account, but their name is spelled wrong, or their address is different, and then they go, well, this is all too hard, and they give up. And then they look for support, and it's actually hard to find people who will support you unless you've actually got a lot of money under management or you actually know the right people to talk to. And then finally, obviously, the financial industry is trying to make money, so a lot of the times when you're actually looking for support, the people selling you the things are actually not selling the things which are in your best interest. They're selling things which are profitable for them, but maybe not profitable for you. So our target is threefold. Obviously, I'm in Japan, I've been here for a while. So our initial target is Japanese people and foreigners, both. I think even the Japanese people I talk to have struggles filling out brokerage accounts, just understanding what different options are available. Then we think this is a global problem as well. And initially our target was to do education, like the Duolingo of finance. And a lot of people have tried to do that, but it's never really taken off because people don't want to study. You know, even though I can say, look, if you understand what investments are and risk reward is, you can change your life. They're busy. The starting point is really hard for them to get started. And then finally, another target for us is B2B. So with our app, we can license it out to different financial institutions so they can use that to actually get more clients for their bank or their fund and stuff like that. So there's three main solutions which people have to sort out their finances. Initially, people try to find a financial planner, and I've done that in Japan. I talked to pretty much all the Western financial planners, and all of them tried to sell me tools which were potentially attractive, but maybe not in my best interests. And then I talked to a lot of Japanese financial planners, and all I wanted to do was get someone to help me open a NISA account. But then they said, well, we could do that, but we're not going to make any money out of that, so we just want to sell you insurance. I'm like, understand, you know, you've got to make money, but I actually want just to take control of my finances, and I found that very hard. So our solution is now, with the advent of AI, we can actually streamline the process of understanding what your taxes are. So I run my own company. Initially, I would put everything out to an accountant, and I wouldn't understand all the forms, and it would drive my accountant crazy. I'm like, what is this form? What am I doing? But now with AI, I can just upload that to a chatbot and go, this is what this form do. This is paying for my consumption tax. Now I've actually got the confidence to go into the tax office and have a conversation directly rather than relying on a third party. So our solution is a couple of different things. First up is education. So there's education within the app, and it's not just reading or watching a video. We're trying to actually get people to use simulators to understand if you pay a financial planner 1%, the impact on your portfolio for 20 years is massive. Understanding how insurance works and actually getting people to use numbers and actually understand that finance looks difficult, but that's because the people explaining to you are deliberately making it difficult so they can actually say, they're the experts, trust me and I'll pay you. Whereas it's not meant to be difficult to organise your finances. Invest in an index fund, buy life insurance, simplifying it down, then you can realise, well, I can actually take control of what I'm doing. So there's three main functionalities at the moment in our app. The first one you see on the left is just a chatbot where they can actually ask questions, and we use different models for that. But we found that even though a lot of beginners will say, look, how do I start? You know, what is a NISA? I don't even know what a NISA is. And then there's a lot of tools like that, and it's very easy to make a chatbot these days. So this is maybe potentially for people who are more advanced, and if they have the chatbot, we can actually understand their problems and actually save it to a database. Okay, this is his problem. He doesn't understand what an IDECO is. And then we can actually suggest education within our app to say, look, if you don't understand this, this is the exact content you should study in our app. And that leads us to the second image, which is the app, where it's interactive education. So they can actually get to understand it, and their target is for anybody to understand it. So I've got a 12-year-old son. I want him to be able to use the app. So he goes, oh, Daddy, I understand what's going on here. So he can actually make better decisions in his own future, deliberately making it simple so it's not meant to be complicated. And then the final one is the new functionality we want to get working, is that a lot of times when we talk to our users, and I talk to my friends, they don't want to use education. They're busy, they don't want to learn Japanese, or the Japanese don't actually want to talk to a financial planner. So now what we're doing is using AI agents and actually breaking down the tasks they have to fill out to actually do things. So for instance, for me, I need to get a will. How do I do a will? What are the 5 steps I need to do? Explain that with the AI app, and then actually track me to make sure I actually fulfill those targets I'm trying to do. And then the final one is the main thing we're going to work on, which is AI agents, filling out forms, helping people to understand different translations, understanding that they can actually take control of their finances. They can go to the pension office in Japan and just ask someone, what does this form mean? Not relying on other people. And then they go, well, this is actually interesting. Now I can actually make better decisions for my future and actually have a lot less stress. Most of the people I talk to are just worried about the future. How do I do this? How do I do this? And I used to be the same, but now I'm like, okay, now with AI, I can actually take control of this and actually say, well, it's difficult initially, but once you get some momentum, it's actually not as complicated as it's meant to be. Okay, so lastly, our business model. So there's a lot of money in financial services. So our initial target is to have a free app with a paid premium version, potentially more access to content, and then more AI agents, which are more directly working for you. And then over time, we can introduce advertising. We could do affiliates, and then we could actually introduce financial planners into the app who are actually working for us, who are getting paid by the hour, not getting paid for selling the product. So traction, we've already had 1,000 downloads. We're talking to people about licensing already. The market is massive. Only 20% of people in Japan and overseas have a financial education. The foreigners are coming in Japan. Obviously, they're struggling with financial education. That's our target. And then finally, our team, we're deliberately keeping it small so we can actually move quicker, and that's what we see our advantage is that we can actually get this into the market quicker.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. Nick Gold, founder and CEO of Turn Group Company Limited, with an AI-powered financial co-pilot.